Chapter 8 Security for Keeping Peace and for Good Behavior. Section 106 to 124. Which one of the following quote under Section 106 of CRPC release a convict on security for keeping the peace and good behavior? Court of Session, Magistrate of First Class, Appellate or Revisional Court. Under which section of Criminal Procedure Code provision for security for keeping peace on conviction exists? Section 106. Who among the following may ask the security to keeping peace on conviction? First class judicial magistrate. Power to order execution of bond for behavior under section 106 of CRPC is vested in none of these. Under section 106 of CRPC, which one of the following court has power to release the offender on security for keeping peace and good behavior? Court of Session, Magistrate of First Class, Appellate or Revisional Court. All. For what offense a convicted person may be asked to execute a bond for keeping peace? Unlawful assembly, rioting, criminal intimidation. What is the extent of period of security which the court can order under section 106 of CRPC not exceeding 3 years? In process under section 107 of CRPC, an executive magistrate may require to execute bond for keeping peace for such period not exceeding 1 year. Under section 107 of CRPC, executive magistrate can obtain bond from person if the person is likely to commit a breach of peace. What is the maximum period for which a bond for keeping peace under section 106 of CRPC may be executed? 3 months, 3 years. Security for good behavior from person dismantling seditious matter is taken by magistrate under section 108 of CRPC. An executive magistrate ordered to execute bond as a security for good behavior from suspected person for a period not exceeding 1 year. Which one of the following magistrate is authorized under section 118 to require security for good behavior from habitual offender within local jurisdiction? Executive magistrate. The bond under section 109 of CRPC as a security for good behavior from suspected person can execute from a period not exceeding 1 year. Who has power to require security for good behavior from suspected person? Executive magistrate. Which one of the following offences has not been enumerated under section 110 of CRPC 1973, which empower an executive magistrate to require such person to show cause why he should not be ordered to execute a bond for the good behavior? Dowry Prohibition Act 1961. Habitual offender is one who commit offense mentioned in section 110 and against whom the record of commission of more than 2 offences is available at a time of initiation of proceeding against him. An executive magistrate empowered to secure a security bond for habitual offender under section 110 of CRPC for a period not exceeding 3 years. Which one of the following section of CRPC provide as to the security of good behavior from habitual offender? Section 110. What is the maximum period under section 118 of CRPC for furnishing security prescribed for keeping good behavior? 3 years. Which one of the following magistrate can order habitual offender of robbery or a house breaking to execute a bond with or without security? Executive magistrate. Under which section of CRPC security is taken of good behavior from habitual offender? 118. Security for good behavior from habitual offender may be taken by executive magistrate. Under which one of the following section of the CRPC? 118. Which one of the following statement is incorrect about security for good behavior from habitual offender? Such bond may be without COTs. If a person in respect of whom an order requiring security is made under section 106 and 117 of CRPC is at the time of order of made undergoing a sentence of imprisonment for the period for which security is required shall commence on expiration of such sentence. Security for keeping peace and conviction. 106. Security for good behavior from suspected person. 109. Security for good behavior from habitual person. 110. Security for keeping peace and other cases. 107. In which one of the following cases it was held that provision of chapter 8 of CRPC being in public interest and not violative of article 19 of the Constitution? Madhu Leme versus STM Moncari. In which one of the following, if a person keep for sale any obscene matter, who may require to execute a bond for the behavior? Executive magistrate.